Okay. We might finish today. So I'm gonna do this peel. Just because, you know, why the hell not? Let's get over here in the light so I can actually see the fucking fuss. What the living? Anticlimactic, huh? There you go. Bling! Shiny! Oh, so shiny! Looks like everything's good. We kind of let this air out. Get some of these out of the way for now. Going to do the power supply and the RAM. The GPU is going to be done on the desk itself, like when we set it up. Poor case, I banged it. Oh, my poor baby. Alright, so we're gonna unbox this. I mean, look at that, this is fucking nasty. I'm complaining, Greg. I want another like compensation for this, okay? The Dominators. So this is 64 gigabyte kit here. I wonder why that tape is so resistant to cutting. So 2 sticks of 32 gigabytes. It's 6600. What do they say it's supposed to be called? Mega transfers, I think. Yeah, a lot of them say megahertz, but I guess it's supposed to be mega transfers or MTE. So yeah, the cast latency is, I believe, 32. Yep, CL32. So not the most insane kit, and it doesn't match. They didn't have black in stock for this speed at this 2 sticks to equal 64 gigabytes. So I think they had black at like a 4-stick kit, but I'm hoping that we'll have a little better stability with a 2-stick kit, but maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe it won't matter. But they're pretty. They're real nice. Very nice. Let's see. They're kind of weighty. I got a good weight to them. You know, some peel stuff. We got some things to peel on here in a little bit. So, Dominator Titaniums. Yeah, the white, yeah, definitely doesn't match. But, you know, a bunch of RGB colors anyway. Well, who's to say what matches? Alright, we're definitely going to peel this. Over here. Another one there. And I've already checked the manual just in case. Just make sure that this motherboard is the typical most motherboards where the A2 B2 is the slots for 2 sticks. So this one is ending in a 3. So 2, 3. So this one will go in first. Okay, and as always, you always want to double check that little slot there before you go putting anything in. Go ahead and get your tabs ready. But you want to line it up because, for example, I've showed this before. If you put it in like that, it doesn't line up. Like if this one we're going there, it doesn't line up with that at all. So that means it goes this way. Right there. So, and I've done this and I still like, I don't know, like overlook that or something, and then it like rocks or whatever, and so far I haven't broke a range stick, knock on wood, but I'm sure I've been very close to doing it. Maybe today will be the first. Hope not. Been working on this shit way too long. Okay. Alright, look at those, man. It's not too bad. It is kind of glaring, the fact that it doesn't match. But that's okay. So let's go ahead and peel some of this stuff that we're going to definitely forget about, probably. Actually, no, wait. Is anything going in front of this? No. We'll save that peel. We will save that peel. The only other thing I need to do now is power supply and the power supply cables. We're going to put the power supply in. Alright, so usually you have a couple choices depending on your case, obviously. So you can mount the power supplies where the fan is on the top, so that if it's a bottom mount power supply, this would be pulling air from the case and exhausting it out. But I usually like to get the air from outside the case. So on the bottom mount, that means the fan will go down. But of course, it's going to depend on your case. If your case doesn't have any air vents down here, you're not going to be able to do that. So on this, if it allows me, I'm going to use that temperature sensor for the power supply's exhaust. So let's just make sure it will fit before I get the mounting bracket and everything. Dude, really? There's a fucking... That's gross. That's going to scratch the top of the power supply, no matter what. Alright, so we come over here. So that's where it will end up mounting. And you come over here. And it's not a lot of clearance, but it's definitely better without the hard drive like trays or whatever in there. And these I think were pop riveted, so I didn't take these out. But anyway, what the fuck? Look at that over there. Huh. Interesting. Alright, cool. So now we can put the mount on it, which is this doohickey. So it fits like that. Oh no, it takes away my little spot for that. It goes there, huh? And that's what grabs the other part. Do this, and then we'll take a break, we'll stop there and we'll come back. Okay, so the first things I'm going to do is the cables that go to the motherboard. So that's going to be the 24-pin ATX and the CPU cables. Alright, so the CPU one will plug into the top of the motherboard first, because that is the trickiest part. So we've got two 8 pins that we need to get to. So I think I'm going to go in here. Okay. Kind of, the clip part is on the top. I'm going to do a U, like a U-turn, and go kind of back in this first one, and then kind of check if it's plugged in there. It feels good. Feels good. All right, and you know, no fan here means much easier time. Okay, one down. Let's go for the second one here. Okay, something. Probably already know this, but just pay attention. You know, CPU, that motherboard side, and PSU power supply side. Alright, same idea. This time I'm going to go outside of the other one. Like that. So we fish it through and check our clips. Trying to get this turn here. Kind of did that the wrong way. You turn it back. Line it up with that. Oh man, those are good quality connectors on both the motherboard and this power supply here. There's the temperature sensor, and then also it appears it will reach as well, so that's good. Okay, now for the motherboard, this one is the one I was most worried about not reaching, but yeah, it's pretty good length. I don't know, we'll see. Then also in tight areas, these are a lot harder to manage. So let's see. Basically, power supply is there. Right around here is where this is plugging. So it has the length. We'll just have to see if this bend, do I have to go further to get it? If I do, then I need an extension. Or can it make this bend here and then still reach? That's what I'm kind of curiously worried about here. This is going to go in here. Maybe could do something like this. Hold on. So that this goes under. Come on, retrain. Should have retrained it on the outside. Retrain yourself, buddy. Come on, you can do this. There we go. That's gonna work better. I think just lined it up. Almost. Come on. There we go. Then we just kind of. That's gonna be a little tight. Oh no. Doesn't feel like it's tweaking anything too bad, and I believe we should be fine as far as reaching the power supply. Alright, so we're good there. Those connectors should be good. I don't think I ripped anything out. Janky way for me to be doing this, to be honest, but it's working kind of so far, so just stick with it for now. Say all our prayers and take all our vitamins, like the Hulkster told us when we all wanted to be Hulkamaniacs when we were kids. I mean, I did. Anyway, there we go. All right. Now we got to discover what other power supply lines that we need to run. So we're going to need one of the SATA lines. We're going to need a Molex and just one of the 12 volt 16 pin, whatever the fuck it is. I keep calling it a 12 pin, but that's because the number 12 is there, but I guess that's just the 12 volt is what that means. So we'll see which one of these looks best as far as the bins. I'm going to use a Molex. We should only need one. What the hell is that? Only need one. Whoa, there's another. Dude, there's CPUs out there with more than 2 fucking 8 pins. Yeah. Must be like those tread rippers that I couldn't get, man. Alright, so we won't have to worry about all the PCI. I don't even know what to do, really. I don't need any of those. That's fucking crazy. Wait, this does hook up to the 3090, right? Oh, please, tell me it does. Hold on, let's see. Okay. I'm pretty sure that fits. Where's my lights? There we go. Oh, these. Yeah, that fits. I don't want to put it all the way in and loosen it up too much. So anyway, yes, that fits. So I'll just do one sanity check, Google search, to make sure that the 3090 Ti is compatible with that particular hookup. So it's only going to need, yep, this one Molex here and a SATA. So one of these Molex can go, yeah, so this is the bottom. All of these are the peripherals, SATAs, and Molex, like this whole little square area here. Take this one. I guess I'll put this one here. There we go. And then the SATA one. Out of the way. So this one will go. This is the bottom, right? Bottom as well, right? So that way I can keep it low. Yeah, so both of those can go there. Okay, now, which one of these is kind of the meat? Probably about the same amount of care put into them. But this one's tighter. All the bins and stuff. So go ahead and get that on here. So I'll have to look for it. Does it matter? I'm going to keep this piece close to the power supply. Let's put this one close to the bottom as well, I believe. Now these really make me nervous, so I'm definitely hoping I got that seated very good. Okay, I don't want to overbend it. As you know, it's going to go to the end of the power supply, which will be this side. And then if it's a little ugly, I don't care. I'm not bending this one too much. Don't want any melting on my shit. I hope not. Now let me just take this. Take these. We put them inside. Get rid of that for a second. That's garbage that you did that, EVGA. Why'd you put that fucking screw there? Scratched up my power supply. Yeah, we want it to be off, because we want the fan to run all the time. In my situation, that's what we want. Cactus juice. That's what we got. Now, this is the heavy duty one. Be super gentle with this bastard. Please be gentle. Okay, so you go out that way. Then you guys come this way. Okay. Now we'll just see what do we plug in and when. So motherboard looks like it's going to be the farthest away, and then you got the CPUs plugs right here close to this side, so that's good. And let's put this one first. Get right there for a second, dude. You too. Alright, so CPU ones are here, so I can put them, they'll go into that, like that. That's okay. And then we can put our first CPU. I don't know if you can see that, but I got such a horrible angle, sorry. Like there, just like that. Okay, I got this next one. Let's keep that up there. Dude, go there. And this one also get wrapped up right there. Put this guy. Maybe if I turn that up brighter. There you go. That one will go there. And then the motherboard, it's the small plug first. It's the farthest one over. Now, I should put it here for the reach. Just have it all in the same little hook here. Yeah, if it reaches, let's do that. Put you in there. Just keep all those tidied up in that one. So, littlest one, another tight spot, sorry. Okay, and then the longer one is next. Alright, so there we go. Alright. Now these, if they'll reach, I'll probably tidy this one up with this. Kind of use that. There's the Molex. Same thing here. This will go in there. Well, this one's long enough. I could probably take it up here and kind of. Let me see here. Like we'll do reverse it. With the fucking light on all sideways and shit. And then come back into there and then plug into here. Look at that. Alright, hopefully. So with these, don't just jam them in. What I like to do is be a little loose so that you get the pins and the ports all kind of in together, and then just kind of wiggle it, you know, because you're trying to get them to you know, like each other basically. Sometimes they don't like each other at all, but it's kind of like Minecraft, you know, you got to give them some wheat or something. So they give each other a little kissy. I think this one is one of the ones that I was having trouble with before. Yeah, it was. I almost considered, yeah, I remember this one. I almost considered like cutting this and like getting a different one because it was so like disagreeable. Just, you know, bad egg. You know what I'm saying? Now they're friends. Okay. And then this one, these are usually quite a bit easier to deal with here. You just bloop. Just make sure you get the Tetris slot lined up, and you're good to go. That one. Okay. All right, good. Definitely gonna need to tidy up a lot here. Now just remember, like when you're doing tidying up or when you're running these wires, if you were to do a little less tidiness, a lot of times when you just plug and go, you're not putting these in such a bind or a bend, and you're a lot safer. But when you're really like, oh, look at me, I'm like, this is what I'm trying to do, I'm fucking putting them all these loops, you're stretching them out in weird ways. If there's like a screw or a bolt like on this thing, and like it comes and it's like touching this, like that's how you burn power supplies out and things like that, and you don't know what happened because it's just one of these cables plugged. And you know, some of these, you know, they have like, you know, electronics that protect against that or whatever. So it doesn't mean that's always going to happen or that's always what happened. It doesn't mean that. But it's definitely something that has happened over the years to many a PC builder. So I don't know. I wish I had caps for all of these. Like, maybe I can order caps for them. I don't know. Like, see how these have caps? Where's it? I had caps for all of this stuff that you're not using. I mean, same with your power supply. Like the back of your power supply, if you just have like a wire or like, let's say this temperature sensor, like it could fucking potentially touch something and cross it over. Stop there with that rambling. and we'll move next to some zip ties or something, because I think I'm good here. Actually, before we end it, we'll bolt up the power supply here. Okay. What the heck? There we go. Sometimes you gotta back it up a little before you're ready to go. Dude, see? Alright, cool. Stop there.